When Josh was about to turn 25, he had no idea that the next year would bring a level of devastation that would alter the course of his life. What started as a casual online friendship quickly spiraled into a financial nightmare, leaving him with no savings, a mountain of debt, and a bitter lesson about trust and deception. It all began in February 2023, when Josh shared his passion for photography on Instagram. He loved capturing the beauty of everyday moments, especially scenic landscapes and the dynamic energy of city life. His feed was full of vibrant photos, and he often included tips for editing and photography techniques. One day, he received a message from someone named Alex, a fellow photography enthusiast who claimed to be intrigued by Josh's photos. Alex said he lived in a nearby city, just an hour or two away, and that he'd been following Josh's account for some time. Their initial conversation centered around photography, the gear they used, the styles they preferred, and the challenges of getting the perfect shot. Alex seemed friendly and knowledgeable, and they quickly bonded over their shared interest. As they continued chatting, Alex explained that he was currently traveling in the US, but would be returning to Canada soon. He suggested that once he was back, they could meet up in person to take photos together in the park. The idea seemed harmless enough, and Josh, eager for a new photography buddy, agreed. Over the next few weeks, their conversations grew more personal. They started talking not only about photography, but about their lives, their goals, and their dreams. They'd text for hours at a time, sharing stories and experiences. Josh found himself looking forward to their daily chats, and Alex seemed like a genuinely good friend. Soon, Alex revealed that he didn't have a typical 9-to-5 job. Instead, he said he had built his wealth through smart investments in cryptocurrency. Josh was intrigued. He had heard of cryptocurrency but didn't know much about it. Alex explained that his investments had allowed him to travel freely, live comfortably, and even purchase some high-end photography gear. Alex seemed confident and successful, and Josh began to look up to him. It wasn't long before Alex started talking about a particular cryptocurrency he believed was going to skyrocket, a coin he thought could be as revolutionary as Bitcoin. At first, Josh wasn't interested in diving into the crypto world, but Alex's enthusiasm was contagious. Over time, Josh's curiosity grew. As their friendship continued, Alex began sharing screenshots of his crypto portfolio, showing how much his investments had grown. Josh watched in awe as Alex's gains seemed to multiply by the day. Eventually, Alex offered to help Josh get started in cryptocurrency. He explained that crypto had changed his life and that it could do the same for Josh. At the time, Josh was going through some personal struggles and was constantly worried about his finances. Though he had $13,000 in savings and a solid credit score of 790, he felt that he was barely scraping by. The idea of making money from crypto seemed like a solution to his problems, so he agreed to let Alex show him the ropes. Alex patiently walked him through every step of setting up an account and making his first trade. Josh started with a small investment of $100, which quickly grew to $250 after his first successful trade. He was thrilled. It seemed like the world of crypto was full of endless possibilities. Alex encouraged him to reinvest his profits and even deposited $500 into Josh's account to help him reach the minimum for the next trade. With each successful trade, Josh's account balance grew. Within a few weeks, his small initial investment turned into over $50,000 US. He was ecstatic, and it felt like he was finally on the right track to financial freedom. But there was something Josh didn't realize. His account, the one he thought he controlled, was never really his. Alex had created an elaborate illusion. The profits Josh saw weren't real, and the money he thought he was earning was being funneled into Alex's personal crypto wallet. Then, one day, after making another successful trade, Josh tried to withdraw some of his earnings. That's when he saw the message. A $10,000 trading tax was required before he could access his funds. Josh was taken aback. He had never heard of such a tax, especially not one this large. Confused, he reached out to Alex for help. Alex reassured him, saying that this was a normal procedure for successful traders and that Josh just needed to pay the tax to unlock his funds. Alex promised that he would be there to help, but when Josh begged for assistance with the tax, Alex refused. He told Josh that he had already done enough to help him, and now it was up to Josh to handle this on his own. He suggested Josh take out a loan to cover the $10,000, assuring him that it would all be worth it once the tax was paid and the funds were unlocked. In a panic, Josh took Alex's advice and applied for a high-interest personal loan with a shocking 46.9% interest rate. Alex told him not to worry, that everything would be fine once the tax was paid. But when Josh transferred the $10,000 to the platform, the demands didn't stop. Additional fees kept cropping up, each one more outrageous than the last. It was at this point that Josh finally realized the truth. He had been scammed. The next morning, Josh woke up to find that Alex had completely cut off contact. His messages went unanswered and his account was locked. The money he thought he had earned, the dream of financial independence, was gone. He was left with nothing but a loan that he couldn't afford to repay. 2 years later, Josh is still living with the aftermath. He's been paying $550 a month toward the loan, but no matter how hard he tries to save, the debt seems impossible to overcome. He hasn't told his family what happened, and only a few close friends know the full extent of his loss. Every day feels like a reminder of the trust he misplaced, and the shame of falling for such a cruel scam lingers. Josh is reaching out now, hoping to find some advice, or perhaps someone who has gone through a similar experience. He wants to know how others have managed to recover from scams like this, what steps they took, and whether legal action helped them in any way. He's also looking for guidance on how to manage the emotional toll this scam has taken on him and how to handle the crushing weight of the loan. By sharing his story, Josh hopes to warn others about the dangers of trusting strangers online, especially in the world of cryptocurrency. If his experience can save someone else from making the same mistake, it will be worth the pain he's gone through. But for now, all Josh can do is wait, learn, and continue paying the debt he was pushed into.